Hello, everybody. I'm Robin, and these are my reflections. And today we're here to take a look at the Lighted Window Tarot. This is produced by the indie company Lantern Print Co. It was a Kickstarter. Came in a few weeks ago. I opened it to take a look, but I did not. I just, make sure that all the cards were there and everything, but I didn't um, walk through it just yet because I thought, oh, I'm doing Marseille for May this month. I probably won't have time to look at this. But then I changed my mind. So this is artwork by Lindsay Hook, copyright 2024. I'll put in, of course, below where you can pick this up. It did come with a sticker. It came with, I got candles with mine. I think that was an add-on. And then I also got a pin, which I've already pinned to my desk organizer. I think that was a freebie. So that was fun. It was very pretty, the pin. I don't have it. It's already pinned up. I can't show it to you. So it says, remember, traveler, follow the light to find your way. The path is worn and the journey is long, but there are stories to be found. And it says the same on the sticker. Very pretty from her design. I saw this on Livy at Crescent Dreams Tarot's channel. They did a walkthrough of this, and I was like chopping at the bit to see it because I was still waiting on mine. And then mine came like, I want to say like the next day. So I was like, okay, well, when I get around to using it, I'll do the walkthrough. But I changed my mind because I'm doing Marseille and Pips for May, and I had chosen a deck. I'd chosen this deck. I'll show it to you. Hang on. So I was going to use this one, the Seal and Rice Tarot, which is a Pip deck. And it's also similar color scheme and things like that. And I was chomping at the bit to use that one. But as I was looking at it, working with it, I was thinking it might be a little bit too suggest the suggestions on the pip cards, because it does have some suggestions on there, could be a little too RWS. And this one, if I remember correctly from Livy's walkthrough, is more neutral, but I can't remember exactly. So I thought I'm going to look through it, and I thought we could look through it together. I'll knock this video out now while we're looking at it. It's a little white book. Looks like there's color on the inside. Dear traveler, welcome to the Lighted Window Tarot. I hope your journey finds you well and that this deck provides you with some much needed wisdom and inspiration. The intention behind this deck is to support you and help you build your inner strength. Therefore, you will find that each card is not treated as an ill omen or something negative, but as an invitation to grow, change, or enjoy yourself. We all have struggles, and some of them universal, but it does not mean we cannot try to do better or have tools that support us during these uncertain times. I hope that this will be one of those tools for you. Remember, the path is worn and the journey is long, but there are stories to be found, and your story has much to offer. Sending warmth and the light of a lantern, Lindsay. Oh, I like her writing style. She gave us a table of contents. Yay. We love a table of contents. We love to see it. So this is the intro to tarot. There's card meanings and how to use it. Think of a question. There's a couple of spreads here. There's quite a few spreads here. Then when you look at the guidebook, you get a full page color reproduction of the card. This is some keywords, and then it talks about what's happening in here. It says the fool set out on a journey with all of the confidence and none of the worries. They are optimistically at the beginning of the adventure and will let nothing stand in their way, even though there could be some hardships along the way. It's an invitation to embody the energy of the fool and take the leap despite the perceived dangers. And then there's some themes and symbols. And the themes and symbols, this is wild rose, dawn, and the horizon. And it gives some keywords for each one of those things that you see here in the card. And the minors, it looks like it's a little bit different. Oh, there's a page on numerology, a page on court cards. That's nice for at a glance. So when you get into the suits, she's got like a page that just sort of tells you about that suit and the energy of the suit. And then you get a thumbnail, some keywords, and energy, the start of something new for the Ace of Wands, inner flame at work, creative spark, light the way. And then themes and symbols. And there's just two here, flame and the number 1. And the themes and symbols change as you go through, so it's not always a number. And that seems to be it for the minors. Core cards are the same. And then in the back, there's an author note and an acknowledgement. It says this deck and guidebook was made by artist Lindsay Hook, the creator of Lantern Print Co., who resides in Northern California. All symbolism and philosophies were written from a Western cultural point of view. The symbolism and archetypal meanings of the cards were developed based on the original Rider-Waite deck, with influences from Soul Tarot by Lindsay Mack and other tarot philosophies. Okay, so that's good that she cites her sources there. And that's it. A couple of blank pages in the back if you want to take notes. It's a soft, buttery cover. Very nice. It feels buttery and it's very soft, this cover. I like the way this guidebook feels. I like it when the covers of these little books are soft because it means I can open them without having to fight with them. Sometimes I find that I'm always like trying to open the book. Backs are very serene, pretty simple, reversible. I like a symmetrical, simple back. The edges are like a shimmery, I want to call this gold, but I also want to call this orange. So it's somewhere in between, I think. Very bright gold. All right, and so let's take a closer look at the cards. So here are our backs. Simple, modern, crisp, very beautiful, soothing energy. It's completely reversible if you prefer to read reversals. There's no reversals in the guidebook, but if you like to read with reversals, the backs do lend themselves to that. And the imagery is completely borderless. You do have a little bit of a title kind of stuck at the bottom of the card, but it's not like a bar. So it's just like it doesn't take over the card, is what I'm saying. It feels very open and expansive, which I like on a borderless card. We've got the Fool. She's walking away into the horizon. Beautiful. It doesn't look scary here. It doesn't look like she's leaving anything behind that is bad. It's just she's on her way. She's moving forward in her journey, right? The Magician. You have the as above, so below, and you have the four symbol implements or whatever. It looks like she's using flowers, flames, cups, and swords, but we'll see as we go along. And then some embellishments. It's a very simplistic version of the Magician, but when I look at it, I definitely see Magician there. The High Priestess. She has her pomegranate that she's picking. It looks like it's coming in the window towards her. I don't know if she pulled it in there or if it reached for her, but I kind of like it. She's in this room with all of these books and knowledge. I'm going to put this to the side because I want to see it next to the Hierophant. I can't remember what the Hierophant looked like. Here's our Empress. Definitely looking like an Empress with her rabbit and her greenery and lush scenery. I noticed that a lot of the people aren't wearing any shoes, which is like, I am not out. Listen, I grew up in the city and we wear shoes. We don't wear shoes in the house, but we definitely wear shoes when we go outside. And my family is from the country. Listen, a lot of my cousins were like, "Oh, you don't need shoes." I'm like, "I need shoes." Every time I look at these and I'm like, why aren't these people wearing any shoes? But I get it. I cringe a little bit. I'm like, they're poor little feetsies. The Hierophant. Okay, I wanted to see this next to the High Priestess. Because I was looking like, what is the correlation? I do like them to correlate if they can. So there they are together. I don't see a connection between these two. I do like to. I don't have to, though. But they definitely feel like opposites of each other, don't they? Let me see the Empress and the Emperor real quick. I know I'm supposed to be like, they look like they're in the same space, right? Or at least living on the same ranch or something. Here's our Lovers. This is the Chariot. I like this because it feels like, for us to jump in the boat and start to paddle. I like this one a lot. The Strength card. And Hermit. I'm noticing that some of them you can see the person on the journey in the pictures, and some of them you cannot. It's like you're the person in the picture because there's only, the landscape there. And I wonder if as we're going through the majors, we're meant to think, oh, I'm coming upon someone. Like if I'm in the hermit, it's not me that's the hermit, it's someone else that's giving, that I'm going to come in contact with. But the ones like this is happening to me. Does that make sense? Did that make any sense? I don't know. It's been a long day, y'all. Justice. It's a beautiful composition. The Hanged Man, or the Hanged One. It's been renamed the Hanged One. Death. So, to use it in my Marseille week or my Marseille month, Justice is at 11 and Strength is at 8, which I think, I don't know that bothers me that much, but because I'm working with numerology this month, it may bother me. I prefer that, to be honest, because that's what I'm used to. But when I'm working with Marseille, I'm supposed to be trying to flip my mind, This devil is interesting. I love this Tower card. They're holding a light. So it's like even if they fall down there, they have a light to kind of help them in the darkness. And it almost kind of looks like they're kicking the lightning bolt, like fighting back a little bit. The Star. So if I fell down here, if I'm this person and I fell, I took my light and found my way through the woods until I saw this house that looks nice and warm. The Moon. Maybe this is behind the house, And the Sun. And maybe this is what it looks like when the sun comes up, the same scene. It's very beautiful. Even this underwater. Pretty. That's pretty. Judgment. Yeah, I don't know about this one. And the World. This is beautiful as well. All right. And so now we get into the pips. This is where I have to make some decisions. So we have the Ace of Wands. Yes. See, no, there's no, and they haven't been changed. I thought they would be fire or candles or matches or something, but it is wands. It says 2 of Wands, 3 of Wands. And it's very much more, it's more pippy than the other deck. There's not too many suggestions on the cards, just decorations. 4 of Wands, 5 of Wands. And of course I can read into where the plants are placed and things like that. 6 of Wands. I like this with all of this fire coming together. The 7 of Wands. So they pulled one away. One is pulled away from the pack here. The 8 of Wands. The 9. This is cute. They look like they're marching. And it is color coded, which I am here for. I love a color coded deck. So it looks like we've got this orangey color for the wands. All of them have had the same sort of orangey background. Page of Wands. And the Knight. Okay, so now we have a person. The page, where's the ace? Let me see. Because a lot of times people do correlate the page with the ace. So let's see. So we have the ace being the match, and then the page being the candle that the match lit. Okay, I can work with that. The Knight. The Queen. And the King. All right. This one's not orange, but I still like it. I like it a lot. I don't know. I like the vibe of this King of Wands. The King of Wands also I think of as being a very charismatic person, and this guy doesn't look charismatic. He looks like he's in the woods, by himself. He doesn't look very approachable. Let's put it that way. But I'm okay with that. I still like it. Ace of Cups, 2 of Cups. These little teacups, they're cute. 3. There's 4. Let me just work my way on through here. 5. These are some broken ones. The 6. 7. So we have strawberries in this one. Spider webs with a moon in that one. It's like there's chai in that one. A snake. I don't know what's in some other kind of hot drink. And then a couple of plants. Eight of Cups, the Nine of Cups, and the Ten of Cups. I would have loved for these cups to be full of tea or chai or whatever, but I get it for the clean look of the card. It looks better that way. Love the rainbow. I like the colors in the rainbow in this one. Page of Cups. All right, let's look at it with the Ace. These two, here's the Ace of Cups and the Page of Cups together, and I'm not seeing a real connection here. Even the flowers seem to be different, but as a standalone Page of Cups, normally we would have the beginnings of new curiosity, emotional connection, messages of love and devotion, something like that. And I think I could see that if this was pouring, it would be easier, but I could see that it would be pouring, right? So pouring those messages and those energies into the cups. So the beginning of it would be that it's sitting here, or maybe it just poured it in and it's still steaming hot, Knight of Cups. He's picked up the cup and he's off and running with it. Here's our queen. She got one too. And where's the king? I like her necklace. He is dancing in the river with no shirt on. All right, so Ace of Swords. I'm just going to put that to the side so I'll have it when we get to the page. There's the 2, the 3, with a laurel. Is that one of those laurel wreaths? Is that what they're called? Interesting. The 4 of Swords. The 5. The 6. So yeah, I think as I'm looking at this, the 7, I like that these are so much more neutral, but with just the nods here feel very numerological to me. So this is going to work for me. I think a little bit better for the Marseille for me. So I think I'm going to swap that out. I think I am. The color for this is like a green, which is interesting for the air suit. All right, so here's the Ace with the page. Those definitely correlate. I'm just going to take a quick look at something. I just want to make sure that this is still the air suit or the suit of the mind. Yeah, thoughts, communication, knowledge, and beliefs. It does say air element. So it reflects messages of the realm of the mind, the consciousness where your thoughts and attitudes and beliefs begin. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure because some decks do swap the swords and make them fire. And the wands felt fiery because they had, I don't know why I thought that, because the wands felt fiery, but I think because the green threw me off. And I was like, wait, what's going on with this green? But the green is not fiery. So I don't know where my mind was going with that. But so we have the Knight of Swords. Shifton looks very determined. The Queen of Swords. And the King. Her face is covered, and I'm not sure how much I like that for a Queen of Swords, because the Queen of Swords is very authentic. She's real. She's not afraid to share her truths, and with a covered face, it feels like she's meek. Like it doesn't feel like she's leading. It feels like she's following to me in this picture. So I don't know how much I love this for a Queen of Swords, but I mean, it's neutral enough. I can work with it. This is the Ace of Pentacles. The 2. I like these. These are pretty. I like the golden, this rich golden color she used for these pentacles. 4. The 5. I can't wait to see if the guidebook tells me what kinds of flowers these are. I'm about to check right now. Let me see. 5 of Pentacles. Yes, it does. This is the Silamen flower. And for this one, oh, this one doesn't tell me. It just says the number 4. But this one says Silamen flower. And this one is about a wreath. It just says wreath. It doesn't say what the flowers are, but it does say that the wreath stands for interconnectedness, weaving the threads of life, holding each other up. That's interesting. This one says buds, future growth, new life, not yet discovered. And this one doesn't say about this flower. It just says daily practices, intentions, rituals, habits, building momentum for the Eight of Pentacles. Here's the 9. We have greenhouse, self-sufficiency, care, growth, and possibility. And the 10, circle, infinity, never-ending cycles. I like that for the 10 of Pentacles a lot. So instead of the regular meaning we usually get, that's like, what is it, legacy and security and things like that, it feels more expansive when you're saying never-ending cycles, right? So everything that you're doing to continue this, to make sure that the cycle continues throughout all of the physical things in your life. That's wonderful. The ace, those definitely feel like they have a connection. So it was just the one that I wasn't seeing it, but for the other 3, I definitely see the connection between the ace and the page. This is the knight, the queen, love her, and the king. You feel so distant. And I think that's perfect. That's good for the king, you know. And the backs again. So the cardstock is a buttery matte. It's like a buttery matte. And the size is a typical tarot size. So this is a regular tarot size card. This is the exact same size. So these are regular tarot size, RWS size. The edging is this shimmery, I think I said earlier, it looks kind of orangey gold. But it's got a slight shimmer to it. Let's give it a shuffle and see. They are bendy, so they should shuffle. Let's see how it goes. They might be a little bit stiff for me because this is a little thick for me. I have short fingers. Yeah, this is a little stiff for me to riffle. So riffling this is probably not going to be, not that way. Maybe a waterfall. Yeah, they're a little stiff, and because of this sort of matte coating, this buttery matte is a little sticky. So let's try an overhand and see how that goes. It overhands okay. It's not super clumpy as an overhand, so I can do it this way. I think it's better for me than to try to riffle or waterfall it, because it's not working that way for me. But this way I can do it. It's not sticky this way. Let me just show you the fan so you can judge for yourself about the sticky nature of it. As I was overhanding it, it didn't feel sticky. So I think as I use them, that will go away. That clump for the fan. Hey, let's pick a card and read from the book. So we've got Justice. Perfect. So there it is. If you'd like to read it for yourself. It says cosmic balance, forgiveness, fairness, respect, boundaries. The Justice card is a decisive energy that represents balance and fairness to yourself and others. It is finding the balance in your life, whether that be through setting healthy boundaries or resetting the energetic balance through your relationships and beyond. Darkness ends when you turn on your light, turn on the light. And then it says an invitation to repair boundaries, face hard truths, and find the balance in all aspects of your life. Themes and symbols, scales, justice, balance, truth, cup or vessels, energetic limitations, boundaries, and fulfillment. Books, wisdom, past and present, self-enrichment, and knowledge. So that's the entry for Justice. Okay, so the one I was thinking about was the Starseeker Oracle. So let's take a look at this one. There's another deck that's on my mind now that I've looked at this up close and personal that's been on my wish list for ages. It keeps coming on and off, called the Pure Magic Oracle. Does anybody have that? I feel like that would go really well with this aesthetically. But I don't have the deck, so I don't know how that deck reads. Let me know if you have it. I'm going to zoom you in. Okay, so we have Two of Cups. I am unafraid and free. It is a blessing to be me, with the Chariot. Well, that's nice. Seven of Wands with gratitude, and the Knight, or the King of Wands. The Five of Pentacles with breakthrough, and the Hanged One. This looks great, I think. Fear with the Empress and the Queen of Cups. I think that this looks beautiful together, and I can see myself. So, this would be like a directional reading. I would probably start here, work my way that way, and then think about how these are flanking the fear, how they're surrounding the fear. Um, Sacred space with the magician, sacred workspace with the magician and the page of cups. Death and the queen of swords with joy. I do like the way they look together, and I can see myself trying to use them together. So I'm going to try this for sure this month, and I'll let you know in the pairing Marseille video how it went. But I like the look of this. It's a nice cohesive aesthetic for me. Okay, so this is from Roots to Blooms. It's another indie deck. So I don't know how this is going to go because the colors might completely clash, but I kind of want to try it. So we have the Star with Justice and Acknowledge Your Fears. Queen of Wands, Three of Pentacles, and Now is Not Forever. I kind of like that with the Three of Pentacles. It's like, we're just going to keep moving, especially with this Queen of Wands too. She's very confident. Talk to yourself like someone you love with the Nine of Cups and the King of Swords. Talk to yourself. Roots, depth, foundation, strength with the Devil and the Ace of Pentacles. What do you guys think of this one? I wonder. Knight of Wands, Ten of Swords. Find your boundaries and hold them. I don't know. I'm going to see. I think, the look of this deck made me think I could take it down this sort of self-help rabbit hole, but it doesn't seem to want to go. So we'll see when I actually shuffle and I, do a reading. But maybe this deck is too straightforward for that. Let's try it with Herbal Astrology. So this is the Herbal Astrology Oracle by Adriana Ailes. I think these might like each other. So let's see. Page of Swords, Ace of Cups with love. Okay. Messages of love and devotion. Strength with temperance. Strength and temperance is the Ten of Cups. Okay. They definitely look great together. Purity with the balance of emotions and the spark of inspiration, and I like with purity. I could get lost in this picture. And there's a sun, alchemical symbol for the sun there. I like that with the Ace of Wands. And I was thinking about this Four of Cups with this sort of like stabilized and balanced emotion. And we have this naked child kind of like walking through the woods, not worried about things hurting it because it's pure, and the things around it are also pure, and so everything is stable and everything is right with the world, and in that place, in that calm, secure place, is where we then get the inspiration from the divine that takes us to the next space in our lives or in our businesses or in our creativity. Four of Pentacles with Weaver and the Two of Swords, and one more. Eight of Swords with Radiance and the Six of Cups. There's a lot of negative people running in this deck. I don't use this deck often, but now I like it with this a lot. I think this is my favorite so far, so I think I'm going to pull this out this month. I didn't have it out to use this month, but I'm going to pull it out and see how it goes. The last one I wanted to try was Crystals and Chakras. This is an oracle deck for inner balance. I like this deck. The only thing I wish that it had keywords instead of just titles, but the book is really that, like, the entries are short, so it's fine. And let me see what we have here. Purple fluorite. Let me remove these. 3 of Cups and 5 of Cups with the purple fluorite. And what is purple fluorite? See, this is what I mean. Now I gotta get the book. I just said it's fine, and now I'm like, oh, where's the book? And the thing in the book is also not like in alphabetical order or anything. It's in like color orders, and now I gotta find purple. It's like a whole thing. Okay. So third eye chakra, equilibrium is the key word for that, which makes sense. Yeah, because if you're thinking 3, 4, 5, this would be the equilibrium to come between those two. That makes sense. The moon with Sugalite and Judgment. Okay, so the Sugalite is connection is the key word for that, I remember. So we have the moon and Judgment with connection. It looks like, is that the, okay, so the moon, 18, 19, 20. And the same thing happened before, right? Didn't we have the same thing just happen? Yeah, it was 3, 4, 5. Isn't that interesting how that keeps popping up that way? Let's try to see if it happens again. Now that I've noticed it, it won't do it again. Watch. The Hierophant, 5 with Ametrine. Nah, because that's not, okay, that's not 7. So here's our Sun card, though. I like the Sun card with Ametrine. So I think I like this. Yeah. The 7th chakra, which is the crown chakra, with 6 of Swords and the 7 of Swords. Isn't that interesting how that keeps happening? Where we get, a progression of numbers. I think this deck is meant to be read. This tarot deck is meant to be read numerologically because in the in the guidebook she says, combine the suit with the number to get the meaning. And she's using soul cards, which is definitely a numerological deck. So as like an inspiration. Yeah, I think this could work. I like this. So yeah, I'm gonna pull this one out as well. I already had plans to use this month, so I'm glad that this works well as well. So yeah, as far as my first impressions of this deck, or my impressions, it wasn't first because I did see that walkthrough, but for some reason, it felt like a whole different deck when I took it out of the box. It happens sometimes, right? I don't know what my thoughts about this are. I still need to think about it. I think it's beautiful. Those are my first impression. Is it's gorgeous. The artwork is stunning. I like the pips, and I like how neutral they are. So I'm looking forward to using them this month in that sort of way, so that they don't get in the way of what I'm trying to do with my practice this month. So I like that. I love the colors. I like that it's going with what I'm looking for the month. It's blending perfectly. It's going with some oracle decks that I'm looking forward to using. So I like that. There were a couple of cards in here when I was just doing the walkthrough that threw me. So I need to work with this a little bit more before I can really say how that's going to work for me, if it's going to work for me, or if it's not. I really like these color-coded cards a lot, and I like that the color coding is bold. It's not like half-ass done. Like sometimes you'll get a color-coded deck and it's like the colors are so close the colors are so close together that you can't even tell which one is which, but this one is very bold, so I can tell exactly what I'm looking at. It reminds me of like the Darkness of Light, where you can tell exactly what you're looking at. So I like that. I like that a lot about it. And I think the cards are beautiful. So I'm I'm really looking forward to using this month. So I'm definitely going to swap them out. I'm swapping Steel and Risa for this one. I've decided right here in the moment. I have decided, and I'm looking forward to it. So stay tuned. Check my Instagram. You'll see it on there. You'll see more. I will put a link in the description box below where you can pick this deck up and anything else that you've seen here today if you're interested. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more from me, you can subscribe. I release videos every few days regarding tarot and oracle. If you have this deck or you have thoughts about it, let me know in the comments below. And until I see you guys next time, stay safe and be blessed. Bye-bye.